Whatever you do know for certain must be revealed to you by someone who does have all knowledge.
But see,
That's only God.
It's completely subjective. If I say, Michelle, what color is his shirt if I go to France? What is he wearing if I go to France? Noir. It's not a black shirt. It's a noir what?
Yeah, that's a
No, but see,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just said chemise.
It's a chemise. Noir chemise, okay? If you go to different places, different things are differently subjective, right? It's no longer a black shirt.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I don't understand what you're talking
You're
about.
talking about what we call my black shirt.
Yeah, but you said
knowledge.
because I know that my black shirt is a black shirt, God told me that I have a black shirt because I know that everything else is not a black shirt.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure. No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, now, what we believe is that God is necessary. Truth doesn't make sense without God. Now, let me explain that to you. Most people walking by here think we're nuts. I get that.
I do too.
Most people believe in an evolutionary type world.
Oh yeah.
Now, the thing is, if you believe in an evolutionary type worldview, then our thoughts, our communication is just the result of the chemical reaction in your brain.
Yeah, but I believe in God.
Hold on.
It's the byproduct of the chemical reaction, right? Right. So if I took a bottle of Coke and a bottle of Mountain Dew and I shook them, and I opened them, they start to fizz. They would start to react. Coke would fizz one way, and the Mountain Dew would fizz the other way. Would it make any sense to call one of those fizzes true and one of those fizzes false? No.
Because the fizzing, that's the action.
Right. So basically, when our minds are making thoughts, it's the byproduct of chemical reactions. Yet you're saying that our thoughts are not true.
No, I'm saying your thought process doesn't follow logical order.
Okay, so you believe in logic and you believe in truth. But my question is, when you deny the God of Scripture, what is truth?
What is it? It's a completely open-ended question. What is true?
Is it true that
what is true is that this shirt is blue, his shirt is black, your shirt is black.
So you have a correspondence theory of truth. You're saying truth is that which corresponds to reality, right? That would be fair. Truth is what is real. You're actually explaining a correspondence theory of truth. You're saying that your shirt is blue. It's true that it's blue because that's real, right? Truth is what is real.
Yes.
Now, I fully agree with you that truth is what is real. But the question is, unless you have revelation from a God who knows everything, how do you know what's real?
But see, everyone has a revelation of God that knows everything. You can go into this campus, find 45 different religions, and they all have a revelation of a God that...
But it's a fallacy. You see.
It's a fallacy. All the other religions are fallacy.
No, I'm saying that you have a concept of logic. But to say because there are other religions, none are true is a fallacy of hasty generalization. It does not make sense to say because there are false religions that there is no true one.
No, I'm saying all religion is equally valid.
No, well, see, the thing is that violates the law of non-contradiction.
Why?
Because you cannot have opposites being true at the same time.
I'm not saying that they're all true. I'm saying that they're all false.
Okay,
equally valid.
Okay, but now the question comes back to you're appealing to truth. And you said truth is what's real. How do you know what's real?
Because you can demonstrate what's real.
Okay, now when you do that demonstration, you employ your senses and your reason.
Okay.
How do you know that your senses and reasoning are valid?
How do you know that?
No. Okay. I mean, if we're going to have this dialogue, I appreciate.
I don't understand how you expect me to describe a sense.
No, but you're using.
No. I don't I'm using my senses and my reason. How do you expect me to describe to you how my reason is valid? If I look at my watch and I say, look, there's a watch, it's purple, I can touch it, I can hold it, and you say, well, you don't know that you actually have the watch, I could be stark raving mad right now, of course.
Exactly.
This could be completely false. This could be a concept of my imagination. That's my watch.
Exactly. Okay, so that brings us to this question.
I'm nuts.
That brings us to this question. Could you be wrong about everything you claim to know?
I've gone through this. Could you be wrong? I asked you.
I wasn't there for that. Sorry.
I will ask you this exact same question back. Could you be wrong about everything?
If you answer my question, I'll be happy to answer.
I could be wrong about everything that I know.
That's fine. You could be wrong about everything, and I'm saying that I cannot be.
Why?
There are some things because God has revealed them. Now, let me ask you this question. You say that you could be wrong about everything you claim to know.
But see, if God shows up beside me right now, thunderbolt, boom,
let me finish.
Jesus, hi there, how's it going? And he says, I'm not true, and then disappears back up into wherever he came from. What would your faith be then?
But you could be wrong about that.
But I could be wrong about. But you can't be wrong.
Well,
you're claiming to be infallible. Doesn't that make you more than human?
I'm claiming to be infallible about certain things that God has revealed infallible.
How has he revealed those to you?
Well, let's get back to the initial question. You say that you could be wrong about everything. So
I don't think this is a fair argument because whenever I raise a point, you go, no, we're going back. We're taking a step back. I'd like to know how he's revealed these things to you, though.
And I'll get that to you.
Okay.
Because the thing is, you're saying that you could be wrong about everything.
I could be wrong
right?
about everything.
So if I explain something to you, you could never know it because you could be wrong. That's the problem.
How is that the
Because let's say I explained to you exactly how God did it, and you come to know it, and you walk away from here. Now I know how God did it. But wait a minute, I just said I can be wrong about everything I claim to know. So, and that's the problem. When you say you can be wrong about everything you claim to know, do you know what you've just given up?
what?
You've given up knowledge.
As a human being, we can't all claim to be completely infallible. We can't all
and I
claim
don't
to have
claim that. I don't claim that.
complete knowledge.
I don't claim that.
You can't know anything.
But we can't know some
I don't think
things,
so.
certainly.
But when you say you can't know anything completely, could you be wrong about that?
Yeah.
Okay, see,
Quantum mechanics tells me that.
See, well, the thing is, you could be wrong about quantum mechanics too.
I could be.
And that's the problem. Because this is the question I ask. Okay, this is a road going past here. Speed limit is what, probably 60 kilometers an hour? Let's say I say to you, what's the speed of that road out here? And you say, well, it's 60 kilometers per hour, but I could be wrong. Do you know it?
Okay.
Do you know it?
Then I don't, because
That's
I admitted that I'm wrong.
So if you say that you could be wrong about everything you claim to know, then you don't know anything. Do you understand? You understand that argument?
No, it's I don't claim to know the speed limit of the road.
Right. But if you say you could be wrong about everything,
I could be wrong about everything.
that's right. Then you don't know anything.
Okay.
Okay.
For certain.
Now Scripture
For
says-
certain.
Right.
Well, at all. But Scripture says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That you have to start with God in order to know anything at all. And I'm going to explain to you how that works if you have just a second.
Sure.
Because if I say to you, how do you know A? Do you know what I'm going to say? Because of B. How do I know I'm standing here? My eyes are telling me that. How do you know your eyes are working properly? Because of C. How do I know C? Because of D. How do I know D? Because of E. And do you know what that's called?
And follow the logical
Hang on.
process back
Let
to
me
the fear.
finish. Let me finish my train of thought if you don't mind.
Okay.
That becomes an infinite regress. Where does that stop? It doesn't stop anywhere. How do you know it? It's an infinite regress of how do you know. That makes sense to me, doesn't it? So in order to know anything, you would have to end that infinite regress somehow. How do you end that infinite regress? Only one way. You would have to know everything. Do I know everything? No.
So you're admitting that
Hang
you
on,
can't.
no,
you
let
don't
me
know
finish.
anything either.
No, let me finish. You would have to know everything, or have revelation from somebody who does know everything.
How can you claim that he knows everything, though?
Well,
If I walk up to you and I say, Morgan, do you know everything? Say yes.
Yes.
And
Okay.
suddenly
However-
we've created an
However,
idol.
at the beginning of this conversation, you've admitted
I've
that you
admitted-
could be wrong about everything you claim
I've
to know.
admitted.
So,
Morgan hasn't admitted yet, but see,
well, hang on one
We're
second.
not doing so. We're not done.
Let me finish. Let me finish the argument.
Hey, nice
So
meeting you.
according to my worldview, whether you believe it or not, according to my worldview, you would have to have all knowledge or have revelation to know anything. That makes sense to you? Okay, so that's my worldview. You disagree with it. Your worldview, you've admitted you can't know anything. So of the two of us, I have an epistemology, a justification for knowledge which makes sense. You do not. Well, you've admitted that it's possible.
I've admitted it's possible, and
So
you've admitted that you know something, which means
Okay.
you must know everything by your logic.
Could you be wrong
no.
about that?
Yeah, I could be wrong
See, that's
about
right.
But see, you're going to keep asking me that
That's
question.
right, because you've given up knowledge.
So why are you continuing to debate me?
Well,
I know
standing
nothing.
here.
I'm nothing.
I realize that. I am standing here though. But the problem is, Scripture says that you do know things, but you're suppressing the truth and unrighteousness. Because you know what?
How do
When
you
you,
know that?
hang on, one second. When you walk down the street, you're going to know which side to walk on. When you drink water, you're going to know that that nourishes you. You know lots of things, but you suppress the truth about your only justification for knowledge. So when you stand in front of God, it's not going to be, oh, what do you know? There is a God. When you're going to be standing in front of God, you're going to be standing in front of the Creator that you've denied your entire life. And that's why we're out here. Because if you really didn't know that God exists, and if you had an excuse for denying Him, then what we're doing here today would be wicked. Because if you're walking past here in ignorance, you have an excuse for denying God, and me stopping you and telling Him about you, that would be the worst thing I could do for you.
Because you're telling me about a false idol?
Because I was telling, I have to keep in mind, according to our world,
According to your real view.
if you're walking past here and if you didn't know and if you had an excuse, us stopping to talk to you would be the worst thing we could do for you. Because now we're telling you about God. Now when you walk away, you've denied Him. See, the thing is, the reason we do this is because you're without excuse before we even talk to you.
Really?
That's why we send missionaries.
The only thing you're going to continue to do in this argument is going, do you know that? And I'm going to go, I already told you.
That's right.
I cannot
So you're
prove
absolutely right.
anything.
You're absolutely right. The conversation's over. And I thank you for your time. Thank you very much.